weeks before Israel's politicians form a new government and select a prime minister. Harris?
Thank you very much, Connor. All right, now then there's this. The Senate committee has now launched that bipartisan investigation into the funding provided by the Obama administration to an American nonprofit group that has been actively lobbying in Israel against Netanyahu and his re-election bid on Tuesday. Let's bring in our Fox News political insiders, John LeBoutillier, former Republican congressman for New York, Pat Caddell, a former pollster for President Jimmy Carter and Fox News contributor, and Doug Schoen, former pollster for President Bill Clinton and Fox News contributor as well. Doug, I want to start with you because you've got some inside information. I mean, this group that's lobbying reportedly against Netanyahu, money flowing, how from the Obama administration particularly?
Well, first, there have been grants from the State Department. We know about $350,000. But what I'm told, Harris, is that it's a lot more. That it's in the millions of dollars has come into Israel from outside sources, principally the United States, and that what I'm hearing from people very close to Prime Minister Netanyahu's team is that they've seen an unprecedented level of activity, funding, and bodies from outside of Israel, again, principally the United States, and candidly, with Netanyahu now trailing, it's anyone's guess who wins.
All right, but the money tied exactly to the Obama administration. Pat, your thoughts on that? Because what you're saying, Doug, is that there's money flowing from the U.S. into Israel. But where is that money coming from?
Let me clarify if I can. We know of 350,000
from that one group.
From that one group. It may be more. It may be more, and we don't know where all the money has come from, and it will only be after the election that we know the full extent of the effort.
Wow.
That's what I was trying to say.
Kind of like you got to pass it so you can know what's in it. Pat?
Well, it's if this is true, and I believe it is, and there's more evidence of it, there is an operation going on in New York with a group called Amian, who it was reported in Free Beacon Express and in Politico that has they have retained a group in Israel that has been long supported by the State Department to help them on a voter get out the vote effort, which matches what this taxpayer money for Voter 15 is doing, which was run by Jeremy Byrd, President Obama's deputy campaign manager last time. And by the way, all of the target, they claim it's nonpartisan and non-political, except it targets all the anti-Netanyahu demographic groups, and openly says it's doing that. Wow. The amount of money that Doug's talking about is other money coming in. I will tell you from my own dealings in the Carter administration, there were times, and I can't get into it, where we helped people that were friendly to the United States. I have never heard of an effort overwhelmingly to try to take someone out, and I believe that's what the Obama administration may be doing.
So, John, you no doubt saw earlier on Fox Report Jen Psaki, who now has gotten a job promotion, but I mean, originally was with the State Department as their spokesperson, and was talking about this money, and she said, well, none of it would have flowed, as Pat was suggesting, to a group's hands via the State Department so close to an election, that money had been cut off.
All right. We have a number of pieces to figure out what's going on here. A, there is a poisonous personal relationship between our president and the Israeli prime minister. B, we have at least 5 Obama former campaign staffers on the ground doing get out the vote for this Victory 15 in Israel against Netanyahu.
Do you have proof of that?
Oh, yeah, it's been reported repeatedly.
Publicly.
We have the names. It was in the New York Times, pictures of the guy over there. Then we have something that didn't get reported that much. Jeremy Byrd is the head guy of the Obama. Then we have, you remember when Netanyahu came over here, the president wouldn't meet with him.
Yeah.
But the vice president and the secretary of state, while they were in Munich 3 Mondays ago, met with Herzog, the leading opponent of Netanyahu, and it was reported in the Israeli press as a sort of tacit, informal, hands-on endorsement from Obama. So you add it all up, and Doug's been hearing about the money that he just told us about. This is something we've never seen before. A president of the United States personally saying, I'm going to screw over the Israeli prime minister 1 week before the Iranian deal. He's got to get him off the table is what he's up to here.
I want to bring in social media here.
Sure.
CXC says, the irony of ironies, the president considered negotiating with Assad's regime, ignores Israeli prime minister, and refuses to negotiate with the U.S. Congress. Your thoughts, Pat?
Well, my thought is that, we got a lot of attacks on Netanyahu. First of all, it's just the partisanship in our society is unbelievable. Netanyahu, who came here, Democrats had attacks on him. Nothing new. David, as I pointed out before, David Axelrod, who was Obama's former counsel, was tweeting out points. They were all became Obama's talking points. The attack on Netanyahu. Meanwhile, we have this large underground operation. The answer to your question is money is fungible. The money that was given to the parent group for V15 that helped set this up, and the other groups, we don't know the extent of it all. But money is fungible in politics. But never have we seen, and I'm amazed, given that the committee, Democrats and Republicans, want to investigate it, that the American press has not been balancing its dealing with Netanyahu with what the administration is doing.
Doug, I don't mean to interrupt you before you go, but I just want to say one thing. Why is this all happening?
Yeah, that's what Diane Lang wants to know on Twitter. Why are we giving the money in the first place?
The Iranian nuclear deal.
This is power politics. Obama, Chicago style, believes you take out your enemies, you support your friends. And basically, when Netanyahu went against the deal in the way he did, Obama has doubled down on taking him out.
And can we bring up, along with that, who are the two biggest critics? Netanyahu and Senator Menendez, the chief Democrat.
He's in trouble right now.
I said the threat of indictment has been a political weapon used on him. As I said then, it's Nixon on steroids. We're in unprecedented ground here.
I want to remind our viewers that we have two Democrats sitting here. Because if people are tuning in, they might be a little
Patriots
confused.
first.
God Almighty, you should
let
me speak for you should put your country first.
Exactly.
This is not about partisan politics. It's about America.
But Democrats come up to these guys and tell them, you're not real Democrats. That's what they say to them.
That's right.